did Bruce Lee truly betray his master Yip Man? Or was he simply the student who dared to evolve beyond tradition? Leave some comments down there. I would like to know what you think. So today we review the hidden truth between Bruce Lee and Yip Man and how it changed the destiny of martial arts forever. So, what is the beginning of greatness of Bruce Lee? So in 1954, Bruce Lee was a young, teenager. His Chinese name is Lee Jun Fan, better known as Bruce Lee, walked into the Wing Chun school in Hong Kong. At the time, Yip Man was already a respectable master, calm, disciplined, and precise. So Bruce was the opposite, wild, impatient, and full of energy. Yet Yip Man saw something special in him, an unstoppable spirit. Bruce trained day and night. His chain punches became faster. His stance more rooted. He absorbed everything, not only the techniques, but the philosophy behind them. For Bruce, Yip Man was more than a teacher. It was a mirror showing Bruce his weakness and his potential. But even in those early days, something darker was brewing, something beyond technique. There's a hidden discrimination. So in 1950, in Hong Kong, many martial arts schools follow a strict rule: never teach non-Chinese. I'm also from Malaysia. They consider me also non-Chinese. So Bruce Lee's mother was Eurasian. So in that way, Bruce Lee was a mixed heritage. So to some senior students, that was unacceptable. So when Bruce tried to learn directly from Yip Man, several senior members objected. They didn't want a mixed blood student representing Wing Chun. Yip Man, bound by tradition and the politics of his school, could not always intervene openly. So Bruce often trained privately under Yip Man, top student, who became one of his biggest influences. The experience left a scar on Bruce. It taught him that martial arts should have no race, no boundaries, a lesson that would later define his life philosophy. But it also created the first crack of the bond between Bruce and the old Wing Chun school. Maybe that's why he evolved, believed that Wing Chun need to be modernized. When Bruce moved to America, he carried Wing Chun in his heart, but he refused to keep it the locked tradition. He began teaching everyone, American, Japanese, Filipinos, blacks, students, are all equal to him. So the Bruce martial arts were about the human spirit, not nationality. But news traveled back to Hong Kong. So some traditionists accused Bruce of betraying the Chinese culture. They say he was selling secrets to foreigners. So there's some letters and some rumors spread. So Yip Man's student has broken the code, yet Bruce pressed it forward, forming his own expression of martial art, Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist. He once said, "I do not believe in style, I believe in freedom." That statement, revolutionary to some, felt like a rebellion to others, especially those loyal to Yip Man. Was Bruce rejecting his master's art, or was he living out Yip Man's deepest lesson, to flow, to adapt, and to evolve? We should evolve, right, as the years go by. So this is just rumors, okay? That's what I heard when I was in Hong Kong. So in 1970, Bruce returned to Hong Kong, no longer a student, but a global icon. Yip Man was now old, frail, and battling cancer. The reunion was short and quiet and full of emotion. Bruce offered money to support his master treatment. Yip Man, humble and proud, accepted only a small portion. No one knows exactly what to say that day. Some claim Yip Man smiled with pride, others whisper he was disappointed, believing Bruce had turned Wing Chun into a show business. But one thing is certain, when they met, there was respected, not rivalry. Teacher saw what his student had become. And the student knew he owed everything to the old man who first taught him how to stand, breathe, and punch. So, after the death of Yip Man in 1972, 1 year later, Bruce Lee followed him. He died after in 1973, right? Their death left behind a storm of controversy. Wing Chun purists accused Bruce of betrayal, of disrespecting the lineage. But others saw him as the ultimate student, one who carried his teacher principles into a new world. Bruce Lee once said, "Be like water, my friend." That simple line captures Yip Man's deepest lesson: softness over rigidity, adaptability over ego. Well, to me, the truth, Bruce didn't betray Wing Chun. He fulfilled it. He took his heart and made it universal. That's what I feel. You see, that's how I mean, it's in the 70s, 80s, a lot of things happening, and it's not easy in those days compared with nowadays, right? Okay. So my question is: so did Bruce Lee fall out with Yip Man? Not in hatred, not in rejection, but in the natural journey of a student who grows beyond his master, a path that every true teacher hopes for. I always hope that my students are better than me, faster than me, stronger than me, and smarter than me after learning Wing Chun. But Yip Man gave the roots, Bruce grew the branches that reaches the whole world. I don't think the relation was broken. It simply evolved into something greater. Because true respect, to me, is not blind obedience. It's a courage to honor your teacher by finding your own truth. And in that sense, Bruce Lee never betrayed Yip Man. That's my opinion, right? He makes Yip Man immortal. So I don't think it's a story of betrayal. To me, it's a story of evolutions from master to student, you see, and beyond. So when I was also learning in England, the same thing as a foreigner. To me, I'm from Malaysia. No doubt, my grandfather from China, and I consider myself Chinese. But obviously, we are from another part of the world. The Chinese in Hong Kong will also reject you, which is normal. I didn't understand that, and I was thinking, because I was living in Malaysia, which is a multiracial, country, Malay, Chinese, Indians, Europeans, and many other races who live there. And we celebrate all New Year's, Deepavali, the Indians, Ramadan, the Muslim, Chinese New Year, Christianity, Christmas. So we celebrate, because I go to all my friends of different religions and we enjoy each other celebrations. And to me, it's very normal to talk to different people from all parts of the world. So when I went to England, it's normal, right, to go and train with a master from China and Hong Kong, which is normal. I'm being Chinese, but I think I felt rejected too by a lot of my Hong Kong fellows, brothers and sisters, Kung Fu brothers and sisters. But because I was alone in England, I need someone to guide me. And I love Wing Chun so much. So I persist, resilient. And I know that sometimes my teacher teaches me in someone else, like he teaches me like one technique for a few months. He never even look at me. But I keep on going. It started with like 20 students and it become 10, then become 5, then I was the only one left. Maybe he had no choice but to teach me. But because of my persistence and resilience, and I don't think about how they care about me or how they think about me and how they treat me. So that's why I keep on going. And so it took me such a long time to learn Wing Chun. But when I look back, as I said earlier, it's a journey that I've been through. It was amazing. The journey of ups and downs. At one time, I did mention earlier that I took care of Yip Man, son Yip Chun. He came to England. I took care of him. I went to Hong Kong to see him. He showed me a few techniques, and Chi Sao, and we did all this. And my seafood liaison found out, and he was so angry with me. Right? But it wasn't my fault because he told me to take care of Yip Chun. You see, when he was here, I was only one capable of taking him down London, around the Soho area. You see, I worked there, right? So I didn't understand that, but he didn't speak to me for nearly 1 year, over a year, I think. But I keep going to the restaurant and say, hello, Sifu, how are you? He just ignore me. But I say, look, how are you? I've been practicing this, and Sulim Tao, whatever it is, I didn't realize that he wanted to kick me out of school. But then someone still told me, look, you betrayed Sifu. Why? That's what you. I said, I didn't learn from you. I went there, we have a discussion. He showed me a few techniques. Yip Chun is my Kung Fu uncle, right? So I showed respect. I said, you shouldn't do that. I said, no, you should. To me, I argue back. I said, no, I mean, come on. If some other, I have friends from karate grandmaster, jiu-jitsu grandmaster, some of the top martial art of the world. We exchange technique, we spar, we do things together. Behind closed doors. Doesn't matter who win or lose. I said, that's why I learn from different people. Taekwondo, karate, and I get kicked all the time. That's why I practice my high kicks. It's quite effective sometimes, right? So I still don't believe that in my heart that my Sifu will reject me, but I still know that in his heart that he still wants to teach me. So that's why I believe so strongly. So in that sense that because of my persistent insistence that I go every day to his house without even asking him to teach me. I said, okay, when he's ready, he will teach me. I believe, oh, maybe I'm not ready to move on. That's what I believe. So therefore, in that sense that I believe that if you believe in something in yourself so strongly, it doesn't matter. There's no obstacle in front of you. You just go, try to go, keep going, keep going, keep going. You see? And that's why I succeeded. And because of Wing Chun, it changes my life. It helped me through many, many, many difficult obstacles living alone in the Western world. The bias, the prejudice, not just among the Westerners, but among the Chinese from Hong Kong, even from Malaysia. Even my own people say I'm silly doing Wing Chun, I should be making money and all that, right? But I love the art. It's not about finance, it's not about, being show off and all that. I don't want, it's just about me. So I believe in it so deeply, that's why I keep doing it. And because of that, I got rewarded greatly. I have jobs, travel the world, have many schools, opening school all over the world, all over Europe, all over the United States, long before everybody. Because I'm a low profile person, I don't like to show off, right? At that time, there was no much magazine on this, I think it was like Fighter magazine, Combat, and I appear on the front page a few times. They asked me to, when I did my bodyguard work, they asked me, I said, no, this is, I want to stay low, because I don't want people to know about I bodyguard a prince or Kota. I don't want to do that, because he doesn't want to be known publicly, right? Everything is to the top people, to the wealthy people. They want to stay low, which is normal. But for most people nowadays, you have to show off evidence and this, right? Then they believe you. But it doesn't matter for me. So in that way, I believe that Bruce Lee did a great thing, but maybe there's some communication issue between the young generation and the older generation. You see? So the problem is communication. I realize, yes, it is a communication issue. So that's why I think it's good to talk to one another and tell the truth and then move forward. So if you have any more questions, my friend, just leave a comment down there. We are part of the family. And I always want Wing Chun to grow and evolve and be much better. Not to, every time I talk to a karate guy and taekwondo guy, oh, Wing Chun is crap, but Austin, you're alright. I don't want to be the person to say I'm alright. I want everybody who does Wing Chun to be good. You know? MMA comes in, look, don't mess with this guy, he does Wing Chun. That's what I want to hear from all my friends. Some of the biggest, toughest, strongest martial artists and bodyguards, they're all my friends. And I know them for years. They're tough, son of a, they're tough, man. So, yet, why they respect me? Because I evolve. You see, I learn. You need to learn keep on learning. As a teacher, you keep passing your skill and be honest. So, if you have any more questions, please leave a comment. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you answered some of your questions. It's just my personal opinion, okay? And take care. Hey, ChatGPT, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me, ChatGPT?
Hi there. Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh,
Let's
good.
jump.
Well, I would like to discuss with you about the Bruce Lee betrayed Yip Man.
Absolutely, we can dive into that. It's
Yeah.
definitely...
Sorry, let's start again. Did Bruce Lee betray Yip Man, or they have a problem together? Because Bruce Lee diluted Wing Chun, changed it to Jeet Kune Do, and because he didn't learn everything. What do you think? I would love to have your opinion.
Sure, I get what you're asking. It's a pretty fascinating topic. So the whole idea that Bruce Lee might have betrayed Yip Man is kind of one of those martial arts legends that people love to talk about. In reality, though, it's more nuanced. Bruce Lee definitely evolved what he learned from Wing Chun into Jeet Kune Do, and that was part of his philosophy. He believed in